my daddy makes robots.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronian Beast, and let's talk Transformers. Today we're taking a look at Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. Now this figure is a repaint of Optimus Prime, the first figure released in this line, but the Ultra Magnus figure, this one particularly, is highly regarded as the better of the two. Whereas Optimus Prime has a figure in the previous generation's line, the Cybertronian Optimus, or better known as the War for Cybertron line. His Fall of Cybertron figure is not really up to par, and the Ultra Magnus definitely looks better. The box art on Ultra Magnus is quite nice. It looks really good with him standing there, very Ultra Magnus-y. And you'll see here in the box that Ultra Magnus comes with two weapons: the gun that the Prime figure comes with, and an additional sword, which is just huge. It's a really badass sword. But enough looking at him in the box. Let's get him out and take a look at him in hand. Okay, so there is Ultra Magnus there, holding both of his weapons, and you can see that the sword is just humongous. And there is actually a fan mode to the sword. Whether it was intentional or not, you can actually combine the sword with the gun to make the sword just humongous. And that's definitely what I'll be keeping my my Ultra Magnus sword in that state, just because it looks phenomenal. And I really don't need a figure with two of the same gun. So I'll show you that later. But let's get rid of his weapons for now. Just take a look at that sword first. Just look at that thing. That is massive. He has a peg on the bottom of the sword so that in truck mode you can attach it and just scare the hell out of people with this giant sword on top of a truck. Whoops. And there's a better look at the gun. And I mean, we've seen it before. It's Prime's gun. No big whoop. Now here's Ultra Magnus. Now there's not a lot more that I can show you that you may not already see or have seen in a review for Prime, but the head sculpt, that is something that everyone should know. The head sculpt on Ultra Magnus is phenomenal. The eyes definitely pop. The one thing that I would have liked would be that the head would have been a little bigger. It definitely feels like the head is small for this size figure. You can see that there is a sculpted mouth and a sculpted nose. Very small, but it is there. The figure, although different color palette, is identical to the Prime, the Optimus Prime mold. But we will get into a transformation here, might as well. Back out here. So the transformation on Ultra Magnus is the same. Let's just do it quickly here. We'll back the head down and get it out of the way. That also swings the arms back. We'll bring those arms back around, twist them around and up, and we'll swing those fists around 180, and we will bring those arms back in a little bit more. What we're going to do is we're just going to get these legs out of the way here. We'll pull that whole section around. Yeah, we don't need to spin it. No. So we'll do it like that. And now we can peg these arms in. There is a peg, show it to you right here. It's right there. See it? Can you see it? It's right. Come on, no shadows. There it is. There, you can see it now. Okay, and that pegs in right there. So we're going to do that. And now that that's in, we can swing this bumper around. And this, it doesn't really peg into anything, it just kind of sits in there. But once it's in there, it definitely locks into place really nicely. And you get the frontage of the vehicle mode. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. We're swinging the arm around, bending it into itself, spin the fist 180, and we peg it in. So we swing it around, peg it in, and now we do the bumper thing. So the bumper goes in, and now that we've got them both here, they do connect into each other, just like that. And the front of the vehicle mode is complete. So now we're just left with these legs, and the legs are fairly simple. You just fold them in on themselves and bring these feet up on top of the leg to finish it off. We can actually do the feet first. It's no real problem in doing it either way. And now we do the other side, and there is a peg. There are actually two. There's one here and one here, and there's two ports here. 1, 2, and you know what to do. And now that you've got that all done, you've got two pegs here on the backs of the feet, 1, 2, and you got two ports in the back of the torso, and you can peg those into each other there. And now you've got a nice solid alt mode. And he looks fantastic. And like I said, you can put your weapons, you can store them on the back here. And the giant sword, he kind of finds a spot to go, maybe. Let's just stand it up. For now, doesn't really sit well. But yeah, no, this, I mean, it's a great looking figure in alt mode. Like I said, I mean, we all know it, it's the same figure as Prime, but I mean, it's fantastic. It rolls really well. I mean, you might have to play around with it to get all 6 wheels to roll, but at least 4 of them touch. Now, as I said, there isn't a secondary fan mode to the sword, and we'll see if we can get that here. Basically what you want to do is you want to break the sword apart. So that comes off, and then this handle piece comes off, and now you bring in the gun, and you want to add the sword handle to the gun, like so. So now you've got it like this. Now you go and put the rest of this stuff on, and it just it doesn't look like it's going to do it, but it snaps in just like that. And there's one piece on. Now the last piece is a little bit more tricky because it just kind of gets in there. Did I do it on the right side? Yeah, I think I did. So we'll get it here in a second. There we go. Okay, so there is the crazy Mondo sword, and that is just huge. I love it. So you've got all those pieces on now, and we'll quickly transform Magnus back into robot mode so we can get a good look. So there is Magnus, and here is him with his Mondo crazy sword. Look at that thing. That is amazing. I love it. I love the size of this sword. It's just awesome. Look at the size of that thing. That's crazy. I love it. It's just awesome. Another really cool thing you can do with this sword, obviously it has handles all over the place, so you could hold it like a gun if you wanted to. Doesn't really look that great as a gun. There are tabs on his arms which it'll hold. But the best thing that I think you can do with this sword is you can peg it into his back. He has a little port on his back, and you can peg it in, and it can look like he's carrying it. Now this sword is almost as big as Ultra Magnus himself, so you really do have to stand him up straight to get it. But there it is. You've got Magnus with the gun on his back, or sorry, the sword on his back. If you stand him up a little straighter, you'll have him carrying it a little bit better. But it just looks phenomenal. I love it. This looks great. Face his head up. Yeah, I love the way that figure looks. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please click subscribe down at the bottom of the page there. And if you'd like to see any of my pictures, I post all of them on my Facebook page. Just search Cybertronian Beast on Facebook. You'll find me there. If you'd like to follow my adventures in toy hunting and in the world in general, you can follow me on Twitter. Just search Cybertron Beast on Twitter and you'll find me, and we can chat about toys and life and love and plastic. And I'm on Reddit. I chat and I post on Reddit as well. Again, Cybertronian Beast. And yeah, that's pretty much everywhere I am. But yeah, I hope you liked the video, and please comment. I love reading all the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.